Uh,
Yeah.
Now, no Tupac, according to the stories, came on. I guess the Digital Underground pretty much as a roadie, then worked his way up until what he became. Uh, Speak on if you remember the first time you actually met him and how the introduction went.
First time we met him, or I met him, that I remember it was uh, an audition that he had to do for us, because Atrid, Atrid, damn, Atrid, Atrid Gregory, who was our manager,
Right.
he got presented with this group, Strictly Dope, that Tupac was in with Ray Love and
Right.
DJ Dizzy,
I remember
and he
that.
was thinking of signing them, and he was like, he listened to these guys. Now, I think Tupac had auditioned solo for Shock at the studio, but Aisha wanted to see and get our opinion on the whole group. So they met us in front of Shock and Flu's house that they were living in together at the time, sort of like our lower headquarters. And I just remember jumping out, everybody meeting on in front of the crib on the street, and they just started busting. And I was like, they cool, you know. And us being around the same age group, we kind of hit it off a little bit like that.
Gotcha. If you can remember one thing, give us one Tupac memory that just you can just that stands out like, man, this right here, something that you would just take to the grave. You know, I'm pretty sure it's a million out, but give us just one that just stands out.
Well, one thing that I always like overall, to give people a little insight, and it's kind of funny, is that he was really sloppy. Like he would never clean up after himself. So when we were on the road and we had to share a room together, he would just come in wherever he took his jacket off or whatever wherever he laid it is just where it stayed. He never picked it up, or and he's rolling his blunts. He just ash it out on the floor, on the table, or his soda, whatever it was. He just never would clean up. And you know, I I came from a pretty structured upbringing. Meaning, growing up, I had to make my bed up, keep
Right.
my room clean, all
Same
that
here.
shit. But I realized later that Tupac probably didn't have that. You know what I mean? He never really had something of his own to have to clean up because he was always moving from place to place and staying with different people and never having his own space. And it kind of, in hindsight, I kind of see that. And then plus, you know, you know how when you make money, you have you can get people to do common things for you so that you
Right.
can continue to handle your business, because if you spend an hour washing clothes and washing dishes, that's an hour or two or three that you're not doing something productive. And I just believe that when I look back at it, Pop had more important things to do. You know what I mean? His upbringing kind of conditioned him for the way that he needed to live his life. Like not worry about that shit. Like I'm only focused on doing this. You know, so I give him a pass. But back then, we used to get into it. I'd be like, nigga, clean your shit.
Right.
Like
Right.
we get into it about him not cleaning up.